mountains shake, the sky comes down, the mountains all fall to the ground. But I will fear none of those things. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to On Target with Polk Sporting Clays. Your hosts, Michael and David.
David.
How you doing today? You got anything to say, Mike?
Not that's politically correct at this moment.
Let's shut him off right there.
Let's move on to something else.
Real quick.
We haven't even started and we're already moving on to something else.
That's right, exactly. We're already dubbing you. We got upcoming events. The Polk County Roofing Contractors Association's on March 12th. Y'all can get in on that. Get a hold of Ken at the club. One real popular shoot that we started doing is a cigar social. 50 targets, a cigar, and lunch, $50. It's just a low-key hangout. Everybody get together and have fun event. We're going to do that again on March 13th. The Lake Wells Care Center shoot is going to be on March 19th, which is a great big story charity event for the Lake Wells Care Center. And then another popular thing that we do here at the club that's kind of out of the genre of normal clay target stuff.
Wait. Did you say genre?
Genre.
Spell that. Okay.
Genre. Genre.
No. You must have gone to Kathleen.
I did. Officially graduated. 1989.
If you were there when Mr. Speed was there, you graduated.
That's right. I was there when Mr. Speed was there. And Mr. Fee.
Jeff Fee, yes. Good man.
Was he the principal or vice principal?
Jeff Fee was principal at Kathleen Middle School.
Oh.
When Mr. Wright was the assistant principal.
At Kathleen Middle.
Clint Wright, that's
correct.
correct.
And Clifford Wright went to Kathleen High.
Clifford Wright? Because I don't know him.
Oh, what? Clinton Wright.
Clint Wright,
Clint
yes,
Wright.
that's correct.
Went to Kathleen High School.
Thought he had a brother named Clifford.
Sorry.
That wasn't a big red dog.
That was a big red dog. So we're going back to the 3-bird event, which means you can have 3 shells in your gun at the same time and you attempt 3 different targets that we set up at the same time. It's always a great hoot. We haven't been able to do them for a long time due to COVIDs and other restrictions involved. We got an NSCA shoot coming up on March 28th.
What does that stand for?
National Sporting Clays Association.
Okay.
Those guys are usually the most elite of all sporting clay shooters in the world. They like everything to be exactly precise.
For me, it stands for never shot crap.
Anyway. Polk State College charity shoots on April 23rd. That's always a big one. Junior, the door is always a big one. And we're happy to sign them up again this year. We missed them last year. And the big deal that's coming up is related to that poster right there.
This is a big deal.
All of a sudden, somebody said, hey, let's bring a country music star out there and do a charity event.
And I was busy, so we brought in Aaron Tippin.
Oh, and you were busy. So we contacted Aaron Tippin's people, and they said, yeah, we'd be very interested in doing a charity event for Ways, a veteran organization. You can talk about that a little bit.
You want me to talk about Ways?
Please.
Stands for we honor and appreciate your service, and what's just in the last month, just as a way of testimony and what we've been doing, but we paid electric bill for a vet. We actually rebuilt a ramp into a veteran's house. Thank you to Mark Bianchi for doing that for us. And then we also donated the money to rebuild a vet's kitchen where he had a leak. So it's been a very busy month for Ways. We don't do the average thing as far as a lot of the bigger guys. What we do is we kind of plug holes for veterans, and we work in conjunction with the Lighthouse Mission and guys like that who people will reach out to who are in need. And then we do things as simple as stop and pick up a gallon of milk. And yesterday we had to help a guy get in his car because he broke 4 ribs and he wanted to go somewhere. And so, I mean, it's simple little things like that. But that's basically what Ways does. And it is it's not just for our military vets, but it's also any first responders, anybody like that. So we have things that have been donated to us that we have in storage. And so if you ever need an electric wheelchair, reach out to us. David will buy it and we'll give it to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The other portion of the proceeds from the Aaron Tippin concert is going to go to the FFA LTC to help keep this wonderful place operational. So what we ended up coming up with is a sporting clay shoot. Multiple different ways you can get in on the sporting clay shoot. You're also, by playing in the sporting clay shoot, you're also going to get a ticket to the concert. There's different levels in which you can buy in. We're looking for sponsors.
Yes, we are looking for sponsors. The sponsorship levels are as follows. 10,000 will make you a platinum sponsor. And that particular thing will get you, well, pretty much whatever you want, let's be honest. Stage banner, platinum sponsor. Also, you will be in the lodge of the FFA building for a year, for 12 months. And then there's a lot of stuff, you know. And then at the end of the day, you can also, recognized as a platinum sponsor from stage, logo for 4 main banners, and then name and logo at all the shooting stations, 2 teams of 4, and 1 team of 4 shooters, or
1 team of 4 shooters with an overnight stay in a 4-bedroom villa.
All right, and 8 concert tickets, 8 steak dinners, VIP parking, and viewing. And if you're really nice, Junior will go pick you up and carry you to the event.
On his little red turtle.
Yep. And then $5,000 gold sponsor has a lot of the same things. It just changes as far as some of the banners.
You're just not advertised for a year in the FFA LTC
That's right.
Lodge.
And then silver sponsor $2,500, which we've already gotten one of those, but the name on all 4 banners. And then advertising media and on the shooting stations, that's 1 team of 4 shooters, 8 concert tickets, 8 steak dinners, and a preferred parking and viewing section.
That's right. You can come in just to shoot and have a steak dinner for $800. If you want to have, that'll give you 4 concert tickets. If you want to have 8 concert tickets and 8 steak dinners, so the shooters can bring their wives, ideally.
Or significant other.
It would be $1,500. So there's lots of ways
we
you
have
can
to
play.
be inclusive.
That's right. There's lots of ways you can play in this deal. But we got 4 bands right now at this point in time lined up for that. One of them's a Christian group, and then 3 country groups. Obviously, the main star is going to be Aaron Tippin himself.
Yep, the other 2 bands are out of Lakeland, the Josh Blevins band, and then the Byrne band, I think it was called, Daniel Burns.
We haven't actually officially signed Byrne yet.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But he's being mentioned.
He's being mentioned just because we don't want to reshoot this later, to be honest. Just saying.
Just saying. All right. What else we got? That's it for. So that's on April 24th. We need to pack the house on that deal. We'd like to.
It's limited to 160 shooters.
We got 6 guns, including pistols and rifles and shotguns. We're going to.
You know what we don't have?
What don't we have?
Ammo.
You might not have ammo.
Well, you do, but it ain't here.
I got ammo here.
Well, yeah, that, but
No, I got more.
you let Biden stay in long enough, you're going to be using sticks and a rock.
Well,
Not Iraq.
we need.
Iraq.
So with all that being said, we need to start a new clay target game.
I like it.
Slingshot.
Pull.
That's right. I got a wrist rocket, a brand new Craigoff wrist rocket.
We're going to call it David and Goliath.
This is a 32-inch double barrel wrist rocket.
God, that'd be great. I like it.
So let's, if y'all, please get a hold of us about the Aaron Tippin concert and the Sporting Clay shoot. It's going to be a great time. We do have 6 guns. Maybe Mike will find us some ammo to raffle off also. We're going to set up booths for sponsors underneath the Swindle Pavilion so people can show their wares. It's going to be a really good time.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think there's something being said about a gun that is going to be painted in a red, white, and blue, as Mike would say, motif.
Yes, that's kind of along the same lines as genre.
That's right.
I'm proud of you, man. That's GENRE, by the way.
Okay, now spell motif.
MOTIF.
I thought I could spell that one.
Come on, man. I went to Florida Southern after Kathleen.
That's right. So get a hold of us. It's going to be a great time. We got a lot of stuff going on with that. What you got? You want to do some history, or you want to go to current events?
Let's go to current events.
All right, and current events.
That definitely lands in the history category at this point, doesn't it?
That's right.
You know what I did see yesterday, though? Somebody made a great point, and I have to share this, that in Florida we have Trump, DeSantis, and Grady Judd.
Amen.
I think we just throw a fence across the top of Florida between here and anyone else and just dare them to come down.
I think that's part of the reason why I don't really. I don't have a lot of animosity. We live in the county in which Grady resides, and he insulates us from a lot of this stuff.
He does. I got some friends that are cops, and when you and I were doing it, when Waze and Caudill was actually doing, we were taking lunch to the police officers and first responders, and we asked them what we could do, and they're like, listen, we're in Polk County, Florida. No one messes with the cops in Polk County, Florida.
That's right. I said, well, I'm still doing something because it's a bad world out there.
Right. We just want y'all to know we appreciate you. And they're like, oh, we know y'all appreciate us.
Well, we ended up buying lunch and dinner for law enforcement agencies from here to Troy, Alabama.
Wow. That's awesome. We got to go out to the LPD SWAT team training center, and I got to shoot a 50 cal, and I did pretty good. Somebody's dead. It was a paper target.
It was a concrete block.
Okay.
It wasn't like he was shooting back, Jack.
He wouldn't have. Guaranteed.
The LPD training range was pretty cool. That was a nice trip.
That was a lot of fun.
And those guys were top notch.
Yeah, they are. We're going to try to get them out to this Aaron Tippin event.
I'd like to put together a grudge match against Ruben's team and Williams's team.
The LPD versus the SO?
That's right.
Well, we know a few people.
We do.
We might be able to make that happen.
We should probably work it out to where maybe all the agencies in Polk County come.
We could do that's a good idea.
We need to get a team of veterans.
Veterans of what?
I don't care. Army,
Navy, Air Force, Marines.
Yeah, all of them. We need to cover all them bases.
You know, when you do that, you always make mad the Coast Guard.
We can put the Coast Guard in there.
They don't shoot guns, though. They just paddle. I'm
Mike,
kidding.
Mike.
I'm joking. I actually had lunch with one of the rear admirals in the Coast Guard. But I got a question. What is a rear admiral?
Was that Fred?
No.
Oh.
Fred was Army, West Point. But Fred and I met with the guy, yes.
Oh, I got you. So tell me what a rear admiral is, sir.
I don't know. That's what, I'm not kidding. I know what we used to call each other when we called them rear admirals, but that's a whole nother thing.
Are you telling me to be Jason, get my encyclopedia?
Yeah, will you please find out what a rear admiral
All right,
is?
you keep talking about all that good stuff, and I'll figure out the rear
Well,
admiral.
let's talk. We're talking about history. Here's history. Does anybody know why Como is still the governor of New York? Just curious.
The rear admiral is a senior naval flag officer rank, equivalent to a major general and air vice marshal, and above that of a commander, commodore, or captain, but below that of vice admiral. In regards to two-star admiral rank, it's often regarded as a two-star rank with a NATO code of OF7.
So we were sitting at Wright's Gourmet in Tampa, and if you haven't been there, you have to go there and get the hummingbird cake, because that's what they're serving at the marriage supper of the Lamb, I promise. So we were...
I guess that means it's heavenly.
It is that good,
Okay.
yes. So we were sitting there, and it was really neat because you get to meet some of these guys, and they're really cool. But we were talking, and he goes, guys, I'm done with the meeting. I got to go. I got to call the congressman. We're like, what? And he's like, yeah, we're going to Trump to see if we can get our boys paid. Like, I guess I'm small
What do you mean?
compared to... Well, he was just that high that they actually go straight. It was during the time period that we had to... They were rationing money for some reason with the military.
Back in the original part of this whole deal.
Yeah, correct. So, anyway, that was a pretty cool thing. No, I'm amazed, and I really am. We will go political here for a minute. How can someone lie boldface and then win an Emmy? He won an Emmy. And then they find out that he lied, and they're hemming and hawing. Can you imagine for 1 second if DeSantis...
Not in my household, Jack.
Well, I mean, can you... I don't... It's just the double standard is sickening.
Speaking of DeSantis,
What about him?
he said, no, we're not closing our door.
That's right. That's right. Did you... And then Biden was like, hey, we're just going to stop people from going to Florida. And he's like, I dare you.
He didn't say it in those exact words.
I saw that. That is not verifiable, and we don't want to say that because we might be fact-checked by the people who are way, way, way smarter than we are, obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
Whatever. But there's a lot going on right now, and y'all need to pray for this nation. Second Chronicles says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray, I will be faithful to heal their land. That's what it says. And just so y'all know, my mama, I've told my mama this too. That ain't talking about people who don't believe in God like Junior. That is talking about the church humbling themselves. Anyway, I'm sorry. I was going all religious already. Sorry, Junior. I had to throw you in there because it was funny.
You just fired a cannonball over his head.
My goal in life before I die is for Junior to come to know the Lord. I'm just throwing that out there right now.
You can't teach an old Cajun new tricks.
Yes, you can.
No.
Ask Phil Robertson.
That's a good analogy.
Ask Alan. Ask Jace. Ask Willie. Ask them all.
Well, they grew up in it. Phil was the big.
Well, no, Alan was pretty bad too.
I guess we all were pretty bad.
Yes.
At some point in time.
I was.
Yes, sir.
I was never Cajun though.
That starts you like 2 or 3 tiers down already, right?
That's right.
We love people from Louisiana. If it wasn't for people from Louisiana, there wouldn't be any jambalaya.
Or gumbo. That's right. So.
I'd like to take. Is that going on right now?
No, it was canceled due to COVID. People are actually decorating their yard so they can feel like they're having
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. However, we can't get together and party because 0.03% of the people might die from it. Anyway, I digress.
Right. I'd like to take a minute, since we're done with that, I'd like to take a minute to thank and shout out one of our corporate members, Ewing, Black Welder, and Deuce Insurance Agency.
Hold on, is Patrick Ewing? Is it Patrick Ewing?
I don't know anything about Patrick Ewing.
You don't watch basketball?
No, sir. I was in ag. I wasn't a sports guy.
I was a band geek, but I still know who Patrick Ewing is.
I don't know.
Well, if it's Patrick Ewing, he's 7 foot tall, and he can't walk in that door anyway. So go ahead.
I don't think he is Patrick.
Okay,
Ewing.
all right.
They're different. They do the shopping for you. They have offices in all kind of locations where to serve you, and they have a wide range of products for every one of your needs. Next. What you got?
We won't go to the Bible store.
Are we done that quick?
17 minutes. We've been talking.
Yeah, let's do it. We did Aaron Tippin good.
Mm-hmm.
We covered your politics. We offended plenty of people.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we moved on. We talked great about the cops and the veterans and all that. Yeah, I guess it's about time to do the Bible study.
Yes.
And this time he didn't let me in on what the Bible study was.
Well, you're right. You're right. But this is actually it's a Bible story that is very encouraging to me, and I hope to you. And it's one that is kind of known, but I wouldn't throw it out there as a really well known. It's out of 2 Kings chapter 6. The one that most people know in 2 Kings chapter 6 is that Elijah the prophet, his guys came to him and said, hey, we can't live here anymore. We need to go to a bigger area. And they said, we'd sure love it if you'd go with us. And he said, well, yeah, I'll go with you. So they go and they're chopping down the trees to actually build themselves a fortress or a house, whatever it was. And the axe head slipped off the handle and flew into the water. Have you heard this story before? So the guy goes to Elijah. That's what you do. Dad, what am I gonna do? And Elijah says, where to go in? Now this is redneck version. This is not King James.
Obviously. This
is Polk County version. And he said it's over there. So Elijah went over there. He broke off a stick and he threw it in the water. You know what happened? The axe head floated to the top.
Nah.
And Elijah looked at him. He said, reach down there and grab it. He got it, and he they got the axe back. And the reason he wanted it back so bad is it was borrowed.
That's the way it should be.
That's how it is in Polk County, but most places they just leave it where it's at and let it rust. But I digress again. Now, the part of that story that I think is awesome and that I think is very poignant and very relative to today's world. So Elijah and his assistant, they went down, and the king of Iran at the time, Syria, was looking to take out Israel, needless to say. So that's how long that's been going on, in case you were wondering. So he's wanting to take out Israel. So they did all these different plans, and Elijah told the king of Israel, hey, this is what's going on, And every time he said, don't go to this certain place, and Elisha and the king would avoid it, and the king of Syria got mad, right? Mm-hmm. He said, I need to find this guy because I want to take him out. You know where he was? He was in Alabama.
No.
He was in Dothan. But really, I mean, he really was in Dothan. So he goes to. So they send him to get. He sends his army to get Elijah. Elijah's guy gets up in the morning. He's looking at the hills, and
wait a minute. This is the guy that
the king of Syria
and made it float to the top.
Elijah did, yes.
He sent a whole army.
No. Elijah was the one who was there in Dothan. The king of Iran was mad because he was telling the guy in Israel, hey, this is what's coming. Remember, he's a prophet. He knew what was going on, right? So the king of Iran sent them to get Elijah. So they get up in the morning there in Dothan. They look up, and all over the hills are chariots and horses and men, right? So the young guy that's with him, he looks out, and he's completely freaking out. And this is the cool part. So Elijah looks out, and he comes back in. He said, what's the problem? And he says, we are out, and we're going to be destroyed. We're outnumbered. And Elijah prayed, and he said, God, please open his eyes and let him see what I see. Kid stuck his head back out of the tent, and he saw horses and chariots of fire surrounding the entire army of Iran.
Wow.
He come back in, and Elijah at that time stepped out, and he asked God to blind the entire army. When he did, he led them to the king of Israel. The king of Israel said, shall I kill them? And he said, no, you're going to feed them and take care of them.
That's right.
Now, when all hope is lost, what I love about that story is when Elijah said, let him see what I... Can you imagine how cool that would be? You're sitting there, you are sure you're done. Mm-hmm. You are sure you're done. And then you stick your head outside that tent and you see chariots of fire.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. It almost makes you think you drank too much. But anyway, I digress again. It's pretty amazing. What do Elijah and Enoch, the only two people in the Bible, have this one thing in common? What is it?
I have to get my calendar, my encyclopedia.
You can't do that. You're supposed to know this.
Tell me so I'll know, Mike.
Neither one of them died. They were both carried to heaven.
Oh.
There's the only two people in the whole Bible that didn't have to die to go to heaven.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool. And if we can't, part of this whole deal is to leave you with the confidence that, listen, there's a God above us that cares about us and that cares what we think and cares that we are healthy and happy. And to be all honesty, he don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. He cares how you live, how you love others, how you take care of others, and that you respect others and give them their right to have an opinion or not have an opinion.
So that means he even loves Junior?
He does love Junior, and that's the way it works. That's how it all works. So, anyway, that's all right. That's Jerry.
Oh, that's Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry the sound man.
Jerry the sound man.
Right. Well, check this out.
Yeah.
If we got anybody retained still, I forgot to mention something earlier.
Go ahead.
We did something new today at our charity event, which I think is going to become kind of popular. I've never seen it before. The shoot guy advertised 75 birds. You never shoot an odd bird. You always shoot even numbers. 76, 74, 100, 50, whatever. So I came up with this concept of, hey, let's throw a really hard, almost like a long bird, and give them bonus credit if there was any shoot-offs or ties. It worked real good, and I think people had a lot of fun with it today. So look for that in the coming events. It'll probably start happening a lot more.
It's called.
And once it catches on in all the sporting clays, they'll start doing it too. You watch and see.
Yeah, you should copyright it.
Well, I just did right there. There's my
There's your video. There's your evidence.
I just sent a U.S. postal letter across. It come back stamped, and it's mine.
I'm proud of you for knowing that. Is that what you got?
That's what I got.
So, this is David. I'm Michael. And that is the truth as we see it. We'll see y'all next time.
Thank you. What'd you think, T? That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
It wasn't as funny as the first one, was it?
It wasn't what?
It wasn't as funny as the first one, was it?
I don't know. It was pretty and pretty funny.
Well, we damn sure threw Junior under the bus.
Junior, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get you safe before this is all over with.